In an exclusive interview with Newsmax, Mexico's Secretary of Security and Citizen Protection, Omar Garcia Harfuch, revealing details of an operation that brought down El Mencho, leader of the cartel Jalisco Nueva Generacion. Now, let's take you to our border correspondent, Jaeson Jones, who is in Mexico City, sitting down for this exclusive interview with the Secretary. Jaeson.
Well, Bianca, it's good to be with you. And to sit down, Newsmax is the first national network from the United States to sit down with the Secretary of all of Public Safety and the mastermind behind taking down and killing El Mencho. I sat down with him. Take a look at what he had to say.
Mr. Secretary, you have taken down the most violent cartel leader, many could argue, in our hemisphere. And those actions will save tens of thousands of lives. Tell us about the operation, sir.
Fue una operación que el ejército desarrolló en menos de 24 horas. La operación, de manera directa, fue desarrollada por el ejército mexicano en muy pocas horas. Se realizó en tres componentes. Un componente terrestre, donde iban también elementos de fuerzas especiales del ejército. Un componente aéreo, donde iban 6 helicópteros con personal de fuerzas especiales del ejército y aviones de la Fuerza Aérea de la propia Secretaría de la Defensa Nacional. En un operativo rápido, que duró alrededor de 2 horas primero, se logró la neutralización de este objetivo que tanto daño le había hecho a México, a varios lugares de Latinoamérica y a Estados Unidos. Lo que más le duele a las víctimas en nuestro país es la impunidad. Entonces, repito, es un mensaje de no impunidad para quien cometa delitos en nuestro país, que es la finalidad de esta estrategia de seguridad.
Bianca, just to kind of recap there, within 24 hours from when they first got the intelligence, El Mencho was dead. When they launched operations, it was 3 parts. It was ground special forces corps operators who we had actually embedded with earlier last year. From that, they had 6 Black Hawk helicopters with special forces operators, along with fixed-wing aircraft. And within 2 hours of that operation beginning, El Mencho was dead. Now, what happened afterward? As we watched across Mexico as that violence rapidly spread to 20 different states in this country, that's what the news was focused on. What they were focused on was completing the mission. Before it was done, they apprehended 72 more CJ&G members. The other part of this is very interesting. They had a wealth of intelligence. Over the last 17 months, his operators across the country had apprehended over 180 different CJ&G operations officers. So they had a really robust amount of intelligence, and that allowed them to go after them. He also, look, I've got so much for this, and I know we're about out of time here. But this interview, we really got some great insight as to not only how they took down El Mencho, but what is coming next. One thing I can tell you here is they're going from phase 1, which is really going after the logistics you've heard me talk about in 2025. And in 2026, I asked him straight out, are you going to attack the network using network theory and crushing, the layer of them that has always really controlled them, not just the capos, but the lawyers and the others? He said, absolutely, Jaeson, we're going after him. Back to you.
All right, Jaeson, great exclusive sit down there. And we'll watch, of course, much more reaction to this ahead. Thank you for that excellent report from Mexico City.